ITZY smashes personal record for first week sales with new mini album. ITZY continued to soar with their new mini album. The girl group released their third mini album ITZY on August 17, and according to Hangul chart, the mini album sold 144,355 copies in first week. This is a new personal best from the girl group, whose first week sold more than double from their previous mini album It's Me, which sold 64,659 copies in first week. Their title track ITZY has been charting high on Korean music streaming chart, and the group has seen great success internationally as well. The music video surpassed 10 million views on YouTube approximately 17 hours after its release as of 11 AM KST on August 25, is nearing 30 million views. In the next topic, we will talk about BoA share how she overcome struggle, talk about artists covering her song for 20th anniversary project, and more. BoA recently teamed up with Vogue magazine for a photo shoot and interview to talk about their journey leading up to 20th debut anniversary. BoA, who is planning on releasing an album to commemorate her 20-year science debut, gave a hint about what come to. She said, "The people at my company feel pressure about the album, just as I do. To be honest, rather than wanting to create something more special for my 20th anniversary, our priority is making good music like we did for every album. Finding what I currently want to do and expressing that is the most important. In that way, it will become an album that is the first most fitting for my 20th debut anniversary." She mentioned that she misses dancing and share her thoughts on how she approaches her music. "I don't try to look young or force myself to do something because that doesn't come across as cool." BoA said, "I'm currently trying to find what I am good at." BoA commented on the Our Beloved BoA project, where artists including EXO, Baekhyun, Red Velvet, and more have released a cover of BoA's song to celebrate her 20th debut anniversary. "I am very touched to be receiving the cover after having been the one to release the song," BoA said. "Even though we are not that far apart in age, they were happy to participate. I am thankful." She continued, "I actually didn't allow remake of my song in the past. It's the first time another singer has sung my song and released it digitally. I am looking forward to my song that is sung through another person's voice." BoA shared her talk on Baekhyun cover of Garden in the Air. She said, "It was really calming. I know everyone must be working hard to sing this song, but I thought that Baekhyun really did his best. I felt his sincerity." BoA, who debuted when she was 13 years old, was asked to give some advice to her younger self. "After debuting at a young age and going through some hard time, my behavior started to change a bit," she said. "I feel bad about that happening. If I were to meet the BoA from back, then I will tell her that she doesn't have to work as hard as she did." She elaborated, "I wish I didn't try so hard like it was a matter of life or death. Of course, results change according to one effort, but I wish I didn't drive myself to the point where I'd been pain." BoA then added with a loud, "Younger BoA probably wouldn't listen to my advice. She is stubborn, so she do whatever she wants for herself." BoA spoke candidly about her thought on always being asked about whether she regret or being able to make memory from school. It's like asking someone who is sure whether it's hard for them because they are not very tall for their entire life. She said people repeatedly asked me about it although I was not able to have an ordinary school life. It's not like everyone worked their hardest during their school days. I do understand that. BoA explained why she had during her photoshoot that she felt much better being in her 30s. She said, if one say that I had spent my 20s mistaking myself for an adult, my 30 feel like I truly become one. There are a lot of things that I can confidently enjoy through my own power. I am more relaxed, I have friends and I'm stronger than before, but my body is still young. I don't always say, you should play while your heart flutters. It's hard to play when your legs shake instead. I thought, oh, I should enjoy myself while I'm young, but my 30s are going by so fast. On the topic of experiencing a slump during her career, BoA was asked to give some advice to those in similar situation. BoA admitted, what kind of advice could I possibly give? I think it's irresponsible to tell someone who is struggling to cheer up. How can I tell them to try harder when they don't have the strength to do so? She continued, I am frequently asked to give advice to people who are struggling and burn out, but I honestly can't say anything. Everyone has their own different struggles and sadness, so how I can understand all of it? Will I be able to understand them by just listening to their story once? I don't know what to say to them, so I think telling them to cheer up is not actually very comforting. BoA talked about her love for the stage. My existence wouldn't have much meaning if there were no concert. She said, sometimes I will think to myself, whoa, how did I go on stage like that? When I see the audience going well, I start to go crazy too. It was mentioned to BoA that she previously said she thought she'd be active as a singer for only about 5 years, and BoA talked about wanting to continue working in the industry. If I can, I will, but if I can't, it probably move on. She said, I don't want to pressure myself with a certain date in which I will stop being active, and I always have to be careful about what I say because I don't know what will happen in the future. Mijoo talked about Lovelyz's upcoming comeback, while Hyori is her role model, and more. Lovelyz Mijoo rocked sporty and retro look for the September issue of BoA magazine. Taking on the concept of back to the favor of Generation 8, Mijoo saw off style from the past in an homage to her role model Hyori neutral group SSAK3. Mijoo shared her thought on how SSAK3 is bringing back the 90s to the music scene. As someone who is a big fan of 90s music, I am extremely happy. She said, I want to become an artist that people will remember for a long time like SSAK3. They set an example for junior artists and they influenced me to reflect on myself. She continued, to my fans, I want to become someone like Hyori, who can do everything from performance to variety show. In particular, Hyori saw off her fire ass side when she performed 10 minutes and You Go Girl, and that make me want to do even better on stage. I also want to be deep in the heart of my fan, forever as an artist with a long career who received a lot of love. Mijoo also talked about Lovelyz's upcoming comeback with their 7th mini album Unforgettable. On September 1, she explained why the group is returning for the first time in a year and 4 months since their last comeback. It took a lot of time to pick our title track and we were putting a lot of thought into it. Mijoo said our member just found out what the title track will be even though there are not many days left before we release our album. She mentioned that Lovelyz new concept will be completely different from what they have done before. I am honestly very nervous and excited to see how our fans will react. Mijoo said to give a small hint, we will be moving on from our lovely and girlish image and showing off the vibe of a mature woman.